Hey everyone, it's Ellie and Holly, and we're back to talk about hurdle number 2 of our 7 hurdles around career advancement for women leaders in tech. And hurdle number 2 was about really a career clarity, or not really being able to navigate clearly their career trajectory. And what we mean by that is that in our interviews, we found that women were saying that, especially with all of the restructuring that happens in tech, and all of the changes, that they would find themselves a bit lost. They would disconnect from purpose and were really having a hard time seeing like a clear path to the next step and a longer term progression. Ellie, do you have a story you could share with us about like kind of to bring this one to life?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's use the fake name Sarah, but this was actually a person that we spoke to in our research, and she was the head of customer success for a CRM company. So she was originally, when she first entered the tech industry, she wanted to build new products and create things that customers could use. That was her dream. And obviously, through various restructures through her career, she progressed her career from product development to sales to now customer success. And she was now in a leadership role. So she was more focused on supporting her staff to deliver value to customers rather than being at the other end where she was actually coming up with new ideas. So Sarah kind of started to feel lost and demotivated because she didn't really know what the next step was in her career, because she'd lost a spark, like in terms of what was originally brought her into the industry. So she decided to see if there was another customer success role at a different pay grade in another company. And then when we asked her where she'd like to be in 5 years, she said she had no idea. She just wanted to be in a better paid role where she could have an impact. So if we think about Sarah, she's very, very common for many women that we speak to in IT. She faced 4 key challenges. The first one was there was no guidance from the business about what she could do next and where she could move in the organization. Given her very diverse skill sets, but also complementary skill sets, where she was coming from different departments, Sarah also felt self-doubt about the future because she wasn't sure that she'd be able to transition back into a technical role because she hadn't done it for years. She'd been in a leadership role. And now she felt like she was more of a jack of all trades rather than a master, and a master of none. So she was also unclear about the value she provided to the business, because she felt like she was constantly putting out fires and doing spreadsheets for the business and team admin. So even when she looked at intranet job openings, she wasn't motivated because there was nothing there that had already been taken. So with so many restructures, Sarah also thought, well, my work speaks for itself, right? Because I've been in this business for a while, yet most people didn't even know what Sarah was now known for because she wasn't able to kind of show her personal brand. So if we think about Sarah being typical, Holly, what's the impact this can have on Sarah and also the organization?
Yeah, what I'm really hearing you say, Ellie, are 2 things. One is that Sarah kind of grew stagnant, right? Like there was this momentum, but then she wasn't quite sure how she wound up where she was, and then she didn't have any clarity
Yeah,
for like where to go next, right? And I think for the organization, the real impact is that what has been shown, like recently, actually, well, 2021, McKinsey showed that the largest career impact for a woman in tech was early career advancement up. So she had this, but then when she lost her direction, she wasn't quite sure which job to go next to, right? So I think there's what I'm hearing a lot of is like a disconnect from purpose. So
yeah,
if we were to like rewrite this story for Sarah, I think what we found in our 5 strategies was that when women are very clear, so they have the 3 C's, they have the clarity, they have the confidence, and the connection, right? So she's very clear on her purpose,
yeah,
also very clear on just even that next role. And then the unique value that she brings, because I heard you saying that, like she lost that insight of like my unique value so that she could see not only that value in her purpose, but where did she want to go? And then the
yeah,
connection really, I hear you saying this too, Ellie, which is like even being able to speak to that to others. So as she even gets into the next role, how does she forge a career forward? A lot of this is what we were seeing with conditioning, is that like women don't talk a lot about their accomplishments or their skill sets
yeah,
necessarily naturally, not all. So this is another piece here about when you're in connection is like, who are the right people to be connected in with that share a passion for where Sarah wants to go. So it's really interesting, this idea of how to rewrite the story, and it's absolutely doable. So what I would love to say today is like, I hope that if you're listening, that you'll reach out to us if you'd like to read the white paper, and we'd also love to hear your story. Tell us what your experience has been, and if you can
Yeah,
relate to Sarah. Yeah.
brilliant.